Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening and good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. Welcome back to another reading, another free reading here on YouTube. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. Today we're going to be looking at the Lionsgate energies, see what's happening, see what's going on. Let me just pull the sofa in a little bit. There you go. Always a different setting here on Abstract Medicine. I do hope that you've been enjoying the readings so far, the ones that have been posted on YouTube and the sporadic ones that are on the Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much for your private bookings as well. I appreciate reading for you. I always love to support and guide you in the best way that I can, with the universe in mind, with your spirit guides as well, and with your open mind and with your open heart too. So thank you for having faith in my abilities doing this as well. Act of service. So I'm just sort of getting set up. Yeah, for those of you who haven't are not on Instagram, that's fine, but for those of you who are on Instagram and haven't followed Abstract Medicine on Instagram, please do. It's abstract_medicine. Abstract, the underscore is that line that goes underneath, so the abstract_medicine Instagram handle. And if you would like to listen to my podcast, it's called Hype A, HYPEA, Hype A. And it also has an Instagram too, as Hype A Voices. Okay, so let's get into it. So, dear angels, ancestors, guides, please help me to deliver the messages that need to be delivered for the Abstract Medicine Collective with regard to Lionsgate. So it's interesting because as I was sort of just like moving my hands forward, it's almost like a cat moving their paws forward. Last night I had a dream about a cat, a black cat in particular. It wasn't my cat Coco, it was another cat, but this one was female. And I don't have an issue telling you that, but it's a good omen. And I feel like maybe, you know, because I'm very tapped into the feline energy anyway, just naturally speaking, you yourselves may be seeing your pets, particularly your cats, I would say particularly your cats, acting in a slightly different way than usual. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm seeing them sort of like, maybe they're looking at a corner of the room in a slightly different way. Maybe they're seeing things that you can't see. Remember, they see... do they see ultraviolet as well, like insects do? Basically, they see things in a slightly different way. They see things in a different frequency than we do as human beings. But yes, they're what the guide's telling me in my left ear is that they basically have their crown chakra open, and they've always been open. And they're telling me about Egypt now. The spirit guide's telling me about Egypt. And remember how I spoke about, I think it was the last reading here on YouTube, about the pyramids of Giza and Egypt and past life there, and maybe making a pilgrimage there, or maybe making a plan to make a pilgrimage there as it was one of your past lives. You know, that is all about cats. That's all about the Lionsgate. They're telling me that the Lionsgate portal first opened up there. And anyway, so let's get into it. Let's see if the pyramid card comes up in this reading. So we're going to use the tarot first. Why not? So what is it that we are expecting? Actually, what they want us to do is to start with the World Unknown as an oracle card, and then we'll read it at the end, okay? Okay, so dear angels, ancestors, guides, please help me to deliver the messages that Abstract Medicine Collective need to hear with regard to Lionsgate, but also any feline, out of this world, sentient beings would like to come through as well, because I'm feeling sentient beings, in particular the feline species, non-human, would like to communicate. Okay, all right, so let's see, what is it that they would like to say with regard to Lionsgate? 1111, I saw 1111, like 11 in my mind's eye. Okay, thank you. All right, that's quite a few, but we can do it, we can do it. Okay, so we have the offering. Let me just see. The offering. We have 50, 64 here. Let me just show you that. 50, 60, and 4. So that's 64. We have the prayer. Yeah. So this is pilgrimage energy, I'm telling you. We have 50, 65. So 64, 65. We have the vessel. So you being a vessel to bring in the knowledge from those particularly Egypt, spaces, sacred spaces, to channel through the vessel. I'm picking up on the feminine energy here in particular. I also want to say that I picked out 2 candles and 2 of these golden ashtrays as well. So I do feel like this is relevant because this was subconscious, and I feel like this is very Leo energy, this fiery energy, this kind of golden light is what I just heard, this golden light. So I'm going to put it there so you can see it. Okay. All right, and then we have, wow, we have the warrior, number 10. Okay, so that's gorgeous, my goodness. Okay, so how do you want me to, okay, they want me to do it like this and like that. Right, cool. Okay, so let's just go through the numbers again. 64, 65. 64 is adding up to 10. 65 is adding up to 11. So 10 and 11, okay, which is 111 if you add those up, because we don't round down the 11, so that's 111. You see that? Numerology is quite incredible. That open portal, that gateway. And then we have the vessel, which is 50, 64. No, sorry, 50, 60, and then we have 19. So, wait, let me just add that up. So we have, no, this would be 10 and then 19, which would be 10 and 19 is, wait, I can't think. I've just gone, I've made a block here in my mind. 10, 1, 10 would be 10, yeah, that's 19. So we have 50 plus, so that's 69. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I found that really difficult. So if 69 is Cancer energy. Cancer is just before Leo in the zodiac. So Cancer would make sense with this too, because it's a vessel and we have a feminine energy here, a female, the vessel being the womb. Remember, we have that gold energy here. Cancer is about the energy, not necessarily you as a zodiac sign, but if this resonates with you, fine. This is a general reading, right? So Cancer is also very much about the moon and the feminine, and we have this golden light here. Remember I spoke about golden light. The sun is Leo, the moon is Cancer. There's also darkness into light, which is about Cancer kind of going within its shell and now coming out of its shell into the light. So maybe this is something that you have been channeling, like a Virgo energy, like the hermit, going within the cave, channeling, praying, doing offerings, and then now you're coming out of the cave, out of the darkness into the light. And we have this spirituality energy here with the serpent, which is again feminine energy, and we have the warrior. So I feel like, to be honest with you, what I'm tapping into in particular is feminine energy. So the reading is going to be about the feminine, the divine feminine. For those of you who are not feminines or divine feminines, that's okay. It doesn't mean that it may not resonate with you. It doesn't mean that. It may resonate with you, but I'm seeing that there's an aspect that needs to be addressed here with regard to the feminine, with regard to the divine feminine. I'm sort of feeling this sense of reverence and respect to the feminine, but we'll see. And then we have the warrior. So protection energy. The warrior is the fighter, the good fight. There's also LGBTQ plus energy here with the rainbow, but also it doesn't have to be that. It's also a new beginning, a new cycle in harmony, the 10 of Cups energy with family, friendships, things that you want to achieve, happily ever after. This is a cow's head, and is it a cow's head or like a skull, cow's skull? I feel like it's a cow skull. And it's death and transformation. So I feel like a lot of you have really gone through the runner. I also feel like through the mill. I also feel like I don't really know what the cycles are for the moon, what's happening with the moon at all, but there could be some phenomena with the stars during the 11:11 portal, which is Lionsgate. And you might feel kind of like an eclipse energy, especially with these two. There's also an energy, a message here to pray and make an offering to a deity that speaks to you. But that deity, remember, has to be sort of in line with the understanding of the ultimate source. Okay? I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about dogmas here. I'm talking about being careful that you don't pray to false prophets or false deities. Okay? So there's something here of the sacred here. But yeah, there's something here that you could feel like really tired all of a sudden, or suddenly there's like a darkness in the sky, and then there's suddenly the sun, and it feels like an eclipse. So why are these things happening? Let's just see, why are these energies happening for Lionsgate? And we have number 10, endings, new beginnings. Okay, a lot of you are going to be getting upgrades, like they're going to be quite subtle upgrades, but you'll know when you receive them. Light codes. So a lot of you are being encouraged to bathe in the sunlight with the sun opening up your crown chakra. Okay, right, so I'm just going to shuffle. I think something flipped and then went back in. The Muse Tarot. So what's happening during the Lionsgate portal? What are we expecting, and what is it that we can be prepared for, please, Spirit? Thank you. Two of Voices, which is the Two of Swords, the Queen of Emotions, and then we have the Eight of Materials. Okay, all right, let's get some more. So how do I put this? So that's gonna go, okay. You know, I like to talk to Spirit as I'm doing the readings. Okay, they tell me like where to place the cards. Okay, one more please for Lionsgate energy. It's also the lion catches. Okay, so what they're saying is, what they're showing me is that everything has its cycle in nature. The moon dies and the sun revives itself and comes through, and there are cycles that happen in nature. It's just natural. It's just natural cycles. And there is this cycle in nature with the food chain where lions attack cows as food for them, a food source. The cow then ends up being fodder for other animals to break it down. And we have the serpent here that's interestingly going through its jaw and then through its nose. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit jarring, this image. I guess it depends how you look at it. There's something kind of scary about it, but it's also yeah, something sort of I can't really put my finger on it. It's sort of almost slightly demonic, but it's kind of just the natural cycle of life. Like sometimes, you know, when you see a dead thing, it's quite jarring and it is quite scary, isn't it? And then we have the Three of Voices, which is the Three of Swords. So what is going on here? What is going on? So we have the Two of Voices, which is the Two of Swords. Let's have a look at these cards because they're quite interesting. So separation of the self here, a choice to separate from oneself, a choice to, a decision that needs to be made to walk through that door. We have that portal right there in between those two selves. The ego, the I, the ego, and the super ego, I just heard. So there's the I, the ego, and the super ego. That's the super ego here. Arms across. There's this doorway here, and the doorway is leading into, I would say, bliss or fireworks. Red energy again. I do feel like a lot of us are going to be experiencing a death of the ego and the death of the I. It's misunderstood. They're saying that the Leo energy is misunderstood, as in the lion's portal is misunderstood. And then we have the Three of Swords here, where we see these two eyes briefly. I don't know if you can see that. It's very subtle. There are two eyes here that are hidden in the darkness. We have this person here who's again has her back against the doorway. This is the muse that is also crying for her. Again, lots of female energy here. The muse tarot is very feminine energy again. The Three of Voices would normally talk about, of course, a heartbreak, anxiety, worries, concerns, mourning energy, emotional pain. The Two of Swords, Two of Voices, is difficult decisions, weighing up the options, and empath avoidance. So there could be a mixture of the 3 and the 2, which is adding up to 5. 5 of Swords is conflict, possibly. There could be some inner conflict, inner turmoil, inner disagreements. Should I stay, should I go energy? Competitive energy within. There could be a bit of feeling of defeat or feeling of loss within. A feeling that one needs to achieve through brute force. One needs to bully one's way into maybe even feeling acknowledged. And that is kind of the shadow aspect of Leo. The shadow aspect of Leo is the ego. The shadow aspect of Leo is insecurity. The shadow aspect of Leo is not showing that if they've lost a battle, or if they've lost a war, or if they've lost, or even like missed out on catching their food, they would rather have more scars around them, on them, and even die, possibly, than show that they have lost. It's almost like an act of, or a source of, or an example of weakness in the shadow aspect of Leo. The positive aspect of Leo is courage. So courage to walk through the door, the courage to face one's ego, the courage to go ahead and do it anyway, regardless of how much it would cost. Costing one's ego, costing, one's identity, costing, it's kind of the energy of biting my tongue to spite my face, or something like that. So it's the energy of just going ahead and doing it anyway, and not really caring what the status quo thinks of one, what the status quo, what people thinks of one. It's more about just going ahead and doing it anyway. And with the Eight of Materials, there's this energy of someone who, and for me in this card, in this deck, reminds me of Ganesha, and how Ganesha is the deity. And I remember I spoke about deities earlier. You may want to make an offering to Ganesha, because Ganesha is the deity that puts down any kind of walls up, is the reliever of all obstacles. And with number 8 of Materials, I feel like this is regards to money. Maybe there's been money that's been held back from you, or it's been an obstacle to achieve that or to receive it, because maybe there's an energy of feeling like you've lost because you have low self-esteem at this time. Remember, self-esteem and money and finances are very well tied. And I feel that myself, you know, I'm sure you will do too, because what I feel, I'm sure you're feeling too, because we are a collective together here on Abstract Medicine. And with number 8, this is the energy of the infinity. It's the energy of the strength card in the tarot, which is the lion. So it's having strength to also, typically with the 8 of Pentacles, to also keep repeating your task, keep mastering your abilities, you know, develop your skills. So rather than worrying about whether you are capable of, it's almost like being stuck and unable to move forward in something. What Lionsgate is going to be showing you is going to be showing you the courage, also going to be showing you a little bit like plant ceremony. The plant shows you what is impeding you from moving forward, and what's impeding you from moving forward is what Lionsgate is going to be showing you is that this mindset, the 2 of voices, this indecision, this not making a decision towards something, your goals even, or even developing skill set, is the thing that is a decision in itself and is stopping you. What Lionsgate is showing you is that self-sabotage energy is not helping you. Anxiety is not helping you, and those very energies, that anxiety, that self-sabotage, that indecision, those are things that are impeding you from receiving financial gain and success. And what Lionsgate is going to be showing you and me and everyone else in the collective who vibes with this message is to keep mastering, to not let your ego become the better of you, because there's always something new to learn. There's always a new skill set to learn. There could be even, say for example, I speak 4 languages. There could be 8 other languages. There could be 4 other languages that make up the 8 that maybe I should get into studying or learning, for example, that could help my career. And then we have the Queen of Emotions. And the Queen of Emotions is water, someone who's mastered their emotions. The emotions don't get the better of her. The emotions are part of her being. The emotions, the water is the energy of cleansing, detoxing, cleansing, of course through diet, of course, and water and drinking, being by water, etc. But also cleansing those toxins, cleansing those negative patterns and negative messages that we say to ourselves. I do feel like this is a really internal reflective energy too. This card fell out, 1 second. Here it is. And then we have the 6 of Materials. So the 6 of Materials has come up in the readings before. The 6 of Materials, 6 of Pentacles, is about giving and receiving, sharing wealth, generosity and clarity. And charity, I meant, but I said clarity. So with the 6 of Materials, there's something where maybe rather than breaking ourselves apart, I just had The Room, you know, that cult classic, or now it's a cult classic, The Room, and he goes, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa." Oh, hi, Mark. So funny. Like, he's not, that actor, if we want to call him an actor, is not consistent with his character. He like shifts from one emotion to the other, like radically and randomly. There's no correlation between one story to the next. And I feel like that could be something in that for you, where you sort of are maybe putting yourself in boxes in order to appease the status quo. You're micromanaging your skills and your abilities. It's like you're putting this over here, and then you're putting this skill set over there, and then you're putting how you act with your family over here, and how you act with your friends over here, and how you act with yourself over here, and how you act with other groups of people over here. They all make you, you. And I feel like there's something that's going to be exchanged with these energies, almost kind of becoming one within you. We'll look at the numbers again. We said that this was the 69 energy. 69, this kind of balancing energy, the balance of yin and yang as well. Feminine receptivity and action, masculine energy. We have number 10 here, endings, completions, completions of contracts, fulfillment in whatever capacity, whatever situation, to moving on to the next chapter of our lives, the next fulfillment, new beginnings, a new start in a situation, whatever it may be. And then we have 50, 64, which could be significant, could be the year that you're born, could be your age, which adds up to 10, 6 and 4 adds up to 10. No, sorry, I meant 65, which adds up to 11. And then we have that portal energy where prayer is needed during the portal. Prayer is encouraged to do during the Lionsgate portal. And then we have the offering, which is the 64 energy, which is number 10. So endings and new beginnings quite literally here with the numbers. And I would say even more of an integration with self, even more of an integration with the masculine and the feminine balancing act. All right, and the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Voices. So the Knight of Voices is, you know, someone who is moving quite quickly, something that is moving quite quickly to deliver truth, to deliver clarity, to deliver something that needs to be said, needs to be spoken about. This is also maybe the warrior of light energy, the one that speaks the truth. Okay. We have the Nine of Voices at the bottom of the deck, and this is the energy that I was picking up on with this card, the Devil, you know, this kind of satanic energy here, where is the sabotage energy. So it's basically be careful with the Nine of Voices and the Devil card, which is saying that, you know, be careful that you're not self-sabotaging yourself even within your subconscious, your dream space, because there's a need to transmute and transform these toxic habits as well. Okay, I do feel like there is an energy of overworking here for some of you, but there's also an energy of saying negative things to yourselves that are actually becoming a bit of a toxic poison in your soul and yourself. There's also this energy of obsession to be recognized, obsession for fame possibly, obsession to be seen in the right way, obsession for work, obsession for money, obsession maybe in sex. You know, this is the past energy that we're going to be dealing with. The Knight of Materials is a slow burn, someone who is investing and moving forwards towards a future where it's going to be long-standing and stable. And then we have the Seven of Materials leaving in our past, which is all about the long-term view, again, sustainability, sustainable results that we're wanting to see. I want to just shuffle one more. So I'm going to put this back in the deck, but I want to shuffle one more. Let's get one card for just like a general synopsis of, okay, what to expect. Okay, so what it's saying is, as the cards fell like this, it's what's blocking the collective. What's blocking the collective? Exactly these energies, and these energies have come through before. These cards have come through before. Ace of Materials. Remember, I spoke about money and finances, a new beginning, a new start. What is being blocked at this time temporarily, and what is being lifted, I'm hearing, is this block of a new start. Okay, of an equal give and take. What's being lifted is this this feeling like we've not been getting our fair dues met in whatever capacity. What's being lifted is this stop to start something, delays essentially in the tangible world. What's being lifted is a blockage in a new relationship, or even moving to a new home, a new place. What's being lifted even maybe a blockage in maybe wanting to buy something for yourself, or maybe for the house. We have the Queen of Materials, which is the energy of someone who is very financially stable, has it all, someone who doesn't have to worry about their finances. They're highly independent. They don't need to worry about a thing here with their stability, their home. I just heard their closet, their fashion, their wardrobe. But this is someone who is mentally very prepared for the future, but also someone who is invested in the future, invested in their long-term goals too. So that's going to be lifted, and that's going to be experienced during and after the Lionsgate, and then we have the Empress, which is, as I said before at the very beginning, that very feminine energy. Here is the very feminine energy, the ultimate feminine, the ultimate goal possibly for a lot of you is to actually be in this energy of the Empress, be that ultimate female where you don't feel like you need to compete, you don't need to like tear yourself apart, or tear your looks apart by saying, oh, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not this enough, I'm not curvy enough, my bum's not nice enough. Like none of that negative self-torture I'm hearing, that's all going to be lifted, and we're going to be seeing ourselves with the divine within ourselves, the super ego, but even more so the higher self, which is beyond the physical plane, seeing that we have enough and we have everything that we need within us already. A deity that could be prayed to and given an offering to is Aphrodite, divine feminine energy, also Kuan Yin, also divine feminine of Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene as well. You know, Mary Magdalene was tortured in a way by saying that she was this or that, and she was a whore, essentially, when she wasn't. And even if she was, then it doesn't mean that she's less of a woman, less of a feminine, less in touch with her divine feminine energy. So she's coming through too in order to lift the veil on these secrecies. Wow, amazing. So Mary Magdalene is going to be coming through very strongly during the Lionsgate portal too. And then we have number 3, Taurus energy, for those of you who resonates, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't matter about your zodiac sign at this point. This is a collective general reading regardless. And the bottom of the deck we have the Muse of Inspiration and the Page of Inspiration. So a very new start, new beginning. You know, something we're going to be feeling inspired to move towards. There's that fire energy and there's that portal energy, and you see there's a pyramid. Can you see that? The pyramid is there. So rather than the separation energy of splitting yourself apart, it's actually about bringing yourselves, all 3, 4, 5, 10 of them even, into being one with yourself. And then we have the moon energy. So that's the thing that you're very scared of. There's that Cancer energy that you're hiding. Time to shine. Time to walk that portal and face your fears with courage, essentially, and take inspired action towards your goal. And again, generally speaking, whatever that may be, whatever your goal is, go for it. Okay. So let's have a look at the life purpose cards. Okay, life purpose cards for Lionsgate, please. Thank you. Life purpose cards for Lionsgate. We have career change. So this has come up. So you see all of these cards, this came out. And this came out in another reading that we did here on YouTube. So a lot of us are going to be experiencing a career change, a change in our career. You're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and you deserve. Okay? Finances are involved here, where you're going to be experiencing a change in your finances with regards to your career. Okay? Oh my goodness. Remember I spoke about the Strength card and Leo energy? Strength has come up again. So thank you, Spirit. We have Strength, Leo energy, getting on that horse. If you've fallen off it, get back on the horse and go. Have the strength and courage. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Exactly my thoughts. Exactly. Thank you, Spirit. But my thoughts are your thoughts, Spirit. Infinite abundance. Don't worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So much abundance here. Very feminine energy here with these 2 cards in particular. A lot of abundance, a lot of plenty, you know, a lot of fortune, a lot of balances in our relationship. We are enough. We are abundant enough. We don't have to separate and torture ourselves within. We are enough as a whole unit. Unit. Anyway. Or big goofy. Oracle cards. You are able to discern answers, guidance for yourself and others. So some of you do have oracle cards or tarot cards and you read into it. Your spirit guides are telling you to definitely be, if you're feeling brave and courageous to read into it for the first time, go ahead and do it, you know. But yeah, have a look into those divination tools or other divinations tools as well for guidance and support if you're feeling I was going to say you're feeling lucky, and that kind of is the energy of the lottery. I'm not really one that plays the lottery, but you could be lucky by playing the lottery. That's funny. I wouldn't depend on gambling though, because that's also a toxic habit that ends up being really addictive. So be careful on that for those of you who are dealing with that or healing from that. The oracle cards, again, is an act of prayer and an act of offering as well. Again, as you know, I read cards. I read them privately as well. And so I'd be happy to guide you as well in a private booking. 50% off at this time as well. And then we have study. So reading, research and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So remember how the 8 of Pentacles came through earlier? That would be it. You gain wisdom, the owl, and also the energy of Diana. Diana is the goddess of war and wisdom as well. So feminine energy again. And we have the warrior here. Interesting. Some of you might be interested in traveling as well. Your life purpose involves traveling too as well. So yeah, study, perfect your crafts, perfect your skill sets. Maybe there's a need to do an apprenticeship or go back to school or, do online classes. I'm actually doing art therapy classes online again. You can book directly on my website. Currently art therapy is 50% off. It was 66 and now it's £33. Obviously you can convert that in your own currency, and it's for an hour of fun and play and just basic art skill sets and a little bit of art history as well if you're interested, and we just have some fun directly straight from my studio, and it's fun, it's a laugh, it's great. And it's not about being good, it's not about being great, it's not about being perfect, you just have some fun. I will be doing art therapy as well on Airbnb experiences again. I just need to wait for my approval on that because I sent out the application last week, and I used to teach for them before. So yeah, so that could be that, where you're going back to school online, you're learning new languages, maybe you're strengthening your abilities, whatever it may be. Could even be doing exercise online. Okay, you could be getting inspired to do that too. Right, let us see. Let me just put these back in here. Let's see now with the life purpose cards, what the life purpose cards are saying. Ooh, that came up quickly. Mother, wow, a medicine man or woman. Okay, so I also think the Lionsgate portal is, for those of you who are very in touch spiritually, and for those of you who have a natural healing ability, that's going to be amplified during the Lionsgate portal. So you could be feeling a little bit tired during Lionsgate portal, and then it's because you're being activated, you're receiving downloads as a vessel. Okay. I do feel like some of you could end up reading the cards for other people, or you could be, speakers of spirituality or spiritual things, spiritual topics even. You could even have like an online business, and that's maybe where the career change happens and takes place. Either way, you could also be going to do a ceremony workshop or even like a healing workshop where you learn further skill sets about your spiritual gifts. This could be with a very maternal energy. This could also be you just naturally being in touch with the mother within you. You could also be healing mother wounds as well during this Lionsgate portal. Oh my god, guys. What? Okay, so we have Egypt and we have love life. Okay, do you remember at the beginning I said let's just see if the Egypt card comes out, and here it is. It's right here. And it fell on this side, offering and prayer. So a lot of us need to go to Egypt. Hit me up if you want to go, because I actually really want to go, and I want to go and get activated there. So please let me know if you want to go with me. I'm so up for it. Okay, let's go. And then we have love life here. So your love life is also being affected, I would say, with regard to this connection with this portal, this Lionsgate portal as well. There's another thing that your love life is ascending essentially, so don't worry. And it's going on to the next step. As you move into this portal energetically, or you set your intention energetically to go through the portal, and call whatever it is that you're wanting to come through the portal. For me, I'm not really one that has to write it down. I just know instinctively what it is that I want. But if you feel like you want to write about it, then go ahead and write a list. Okay. But just know that things sometimes turn up in the way that you least expect it, or in a suit or a fashion that you least expect it, in particular with your love life. But I was also seeing, do you remember that film The Mummy? The Mummy, and we have the mother here in Egypt. We have the Mummy, and there's this this mummy that has an incantation around it, and then it kind of comes through into the clouds like a skull. That's what this reminded me of a little bit, with this kind of cloudy energy around Egypt. There could be a phenomena happening in Egypt as well, so pay attention to the news as well, and also let me know what happens, because there could be some sort of interesting phenomena that happens here. There could also be an interesting alignment or opening or change. I heard the Sphinx and the Pharaohs, by the way, but with the Mayan, like the pyramids in the Mayan Peninsula in Mexico, because there's these steps with like cobra snakes. I remember when I went to Chichen Itza many years ago, and the shadow kind of lines up in accordance to where the sun is placed, and which star is aligned with the sun at that very given time. So that's also a portal energy too. Wow. Okay, let's get one more. Lionsgate, please. Commander Ashtar, please. Thank you. Pay attention to your dreams as well at this time. Shake out, if you have one of these dream catchers, shake it out. Shake it out during this. My one's actually back in the Cotswolds. Vows. So make a vow, make a promise. Okay, during this Lionsgate portal as well. Also, you are a lighthouse too. You're a lighthouse in your career, in your field of work, and unrequited love is what you're leaving behind. And this card did come up in the last reading. Native American as well, for those of you who resonate with that too. Okay. Now let's have a look at the Romance Angels cards. Or just, no, they're not Romance Angels, they're just the Angels cards. They're not just the Angels cards. Alright, there's one. Let's see. Lionsgate 40, please, thank you. Ooh, two. There's something better. So not the right time. So right now is not the right time to make those prayers of devotion. The right time will be at the actual time of Lionsgate, which would be tomorrow for me, where I am in the UK. But for some of you waking up, it might be, I don't know, whatever it is. It's on the 8th of, we have the 8 here. The 8 was in the 8 of Pentacles. And we have, there's something better. So it's the 8th of the 8th, 2022. 8, 8, and 6. 6 is the energy of the universal year at this time. So the 6 of Pentacles is also an equal give and take as well. Giving and receiving, sharing. What? Wealth and abundance. We have another card on abundance. You have infinite abundance. So we have abundance here. Everything I have is within me. That's a prayer in itself, and that could even be enough. Everything I have is within me. Everything that I have is within me. Everything I have is within me. Everything I have is within me, and I see that being reflected out of me. Okay. I call in everything that I desire. There's something better. You are better, and there's something better on the other side of the horizon. Okay. Any more? Any more for any more? No, no more cards. No, but it's an interesting message to just, you know, have assertive energy, you know, block anything that is not in your favor. But also it's the lion at the portal at this time, these two lions at the portal at this time going, we're not allowing you access just yet. Okay. it's not the right time. Meditation brings answers. Makes sense. Meditation brings answers. Any more? Any more? Thank you. Recovery. So, you know, you could be in a recovery at this time, maybe through some sort of alcoholic, addictive or drug issue. Or you could be literally, this could be a time where you may not necessarily need to do anything actively in order to activate those you know, those beautiful things, abundance coming in your way. You just have to receive, basically, and be that vessel and help Archangel Raphael help you recover as well. Also, another message is communicate clearly. Whatever it is that you're wanting, communicate that clearly as well at this time. Within the next few weeks, there's something, and within the next few weeks, there will be a yes. Okay, ask for help from others too. Within the next few weeks, there will be a yes. Whatever you've been experiencing that has been a no, within the next few weeks, there will be a yes. Let's get the animal cards. Let's see what we have. A tiger. I know it's not a lion, but I mean it's close. Okay, tiger. Any more? Okay. And we have the monkey, serendipity, power. Okay, that's too many. Any more for Lionsgate? Any other animals? Thank you. We have openness, the whale, beautiful. Any more? Any more animals? Thank you. We have quite a few animals coming through. We have cow. Remember, we had the cow here in the warrior. Gorgeous. Nourishment, apologies there, nourishment, and then we have creativity, which is home. Let's get one more. Why not? Let's just put this baby over here and this baby over here, because I feel like there's a lot of animals are going to be reacting or acting strangely. If for those of you who live by a zoo, or those of you who live by an animal sanctuary place, or you have lots of animals, they're going to be acting weird during the Lionsgate portal for the next few days. I'd say for the next 3 weeks. We have manta ray, perceptiveness. We have the coyote, which is a symbol of Native American, North Americans, indigenous people, coyote, and South Americans as well, and Central Americans as well. There's a song by Manu Chao, El Coyote no... I can't remember what the lyric is. Anyway, that's there. And then we have manta ray, perceptiveness, and wolf intuition. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's read it. So we have, okay, earth animals, water animals. Okay, gorgeous. So tiger, let the tiger remind you of your personal power and ability to overcome obstacles. There you go. So it's the energy of Ganesha. But the tiger spirit is also coming through to help you see that you have the power to overcome obstacles. You're overcoming fears and learning how to deal with strong emotions that once felt threatening, but are becoming more and more manageable. Okay. All right, the next one is the monkey. A powerful symbol of good luck. Monkey represents, and reminds me of India as well, by the way, this monkey. And also Mexico too. In the jungle there on the way to Tulum, there are like monkeys just swinging around in the trees. So a powerful symbol of good luck. Monkey represents a playful and light-hearted version of yourself. He seeks to awaken your youthful and cheerful spirit, the inner child in you. When you have all these wonderful things working for you, you can achieve anything. Serendipity. Things working out in your favor too. The cow, nourishment, very Taurian energy, very Venusian energy. Connected to Mother Earth, we have the mother here, and the divine feminine, the Empress. Connected to Mother Earth, the cow reminds you to nourish yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. If you neglect the basics, it will be impossible for you to live happily and thrive. Ask yourself if you're eating well, drinking enough water, and taking enough exercise to keep your mind, body, and spirit balanced and alert. Okay? All right? Coyote, wit. Coyote, wit. The wisdom delivered by the coyote spirit animal is rarely direct. The way of the coyote is to teach through ways that do not appear straightforward. There's a hidden wisdom for you to reap. Don't be fooled by the coyote's way of using trickery to deliver its message. This spirit animal provides his teachings with a sense of humour. Again, humour here. Sometimes the road is not always straight, I just heard too. Whale, openness. Also, psychic abilities are going to be enhanced here, if I haven't said that already, through the channeling. I forget sometimes. The whale nudges you to listen to your inner voice to make the best decision. She also encourages you to embrace your emotions. Whale, that's the Queen of Cups energy that came through earlier. Whale song is a symbol of your own creative energy, telling you to be more open to the direction that life takes you and more responsive and accepting of feedback. Okay, especially online. Be more accepting, positive as well on the feedback that you receive. Hair, creativity. Hair, creativity. Hair represents illumination, intuition, promise, and balance. Strongly balance, number 6 too. Intuition would be Queen of Cups too. Strongly feminine in its energy. Again, we have the Empress energy too, and the Divine Feminine in general throughout the reading. She will come into your life when you need to look within and figure things out. Remember, I did say going within, facing your shadow, facing the detachment within you, and seeing you as perfect as whole already and infinitely abundant. Time to calm down and take a moment. If you are struggling creatively, hair can help the energy to flow once again. All right? Moon energy here again. Manta ray, perceptiveness. The manta ray symbolizes grace, flow, and calibration. He is ultra sensitive to the flow of energy and can help you be more efficient at tapping into this flow. Allow your manta ray totem to help you notice the nuances of energetic currents and adjust your emotions accordingly so you don't waste your energy. All right, so tapping into the underlying energetic currents during this portal. Sometimes things can't be seen but can be felt, is what I heard. And we have the wolf intuition. Energy of Cancer here quite strongly with the wolf energy in the moon. When the wolf shows up in your life, pay attention to what your intuition is telling you. If you don't quite trust someone or your own feelings or actions, use your instincts to guide you. The spirit animal will bring a sharp intelligence in dealing with important matters. Yeah. Look up, think sharp. Right, so the offering. Let's have a look at the offering. The offering. The offering, the offering. 193. 193. Okay, so the offering. The gift, the present, the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up for the sake of the bigger picture. If nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time and meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world for now. Start small. Okay? Generosity, donation, volunteering. Is there a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special? Now is the time. That was the Ace of Pentacles that came through too. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. Beautiful. Now let's have a look at the prayer. The the prayer. The worship, the reverence, the homage. What is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer? And when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego. As we move from our little story to the big one, some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not in the center of our own thoughts. Remember I spoke about that, releasing the ego, death of the ego, combining the ego, the I, and the superego. The ego can also be an illusion, can also stop us and impede us from thinking clearly or following our intuition. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time, nothing else will do. Offering to be of service, asking for guidance. Every song, kiss, breath, word can become a prayer. It is a feeling, not an action. Remember I spoke about that, the feminine, the yin, the receptivity, the active is the masculine. Sometimes you don't actually have to actively write a list of things and pray in a very typical way. You just subconsciously surrender and receive whatever the energies are coming in positively to bring you abundance during this portal upgrade, which is Lionsgate. Consider the ancient mantra Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo, which means I bow to the creative consciousness within, I bow to the teacher within. Experiment with the act of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. Why has that come through? The healer. Okay. The bear came through as the healer, just as a side note. Okay. I also just heard Orsa Maggiore. So the Orsa Maggiore constellation, which is essentially the bear, could be seen, or there could be some activity with relation to, I don't really know much about astrology, but have a look with that. Let's have a look now at the vessel, the feminine energy here. 19. The vessel, where are you, the vessel? 203. Let's dance. Let's dance the blues. Let's sway. Ooh, maybe David Bowie could be coming into your dreams or helping you out creatively. He comes into mine occasionally. Let's sway. All right, the vessel. Here it is. The vessel, the body, the container, the cup. The vessel may be the most powerful archetypal form on earth. It is everywhere. Cups hold liquid. Stoves hold fire. Our bodies hold organs. Our homes hold families. Through the simple act of separation, the vessel protects what it contains. Nests protect the eggs. Savings accounts protect our earnings. Even the planets are contained within their circular orbit. When this card appears, it's time to assess what is being held together. And how? Is the vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, full? Or perhaps there is no vessel at all and the contents spill in every direction. It is natural for structures to be formed and eventually fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honoured. Is it time for you to build, break or repair? You must find out. And I would say you must find out within as well. When in light, stable, strong, graceful. The mentor and the healer must pay particular attention to this archetypal form. Healing cannot be sustained without a strong container. The physical body is the most sacred vessel of all. It is the one in which you reside from your first breath to your last. It may need your attention. The warrior. The warrior. Last but not least. The warrior. Where is it? This book is great. It's just the content, you know, trying to find everything is like so long thing. Where is it? It really sets off my dyslexia in a really bad way. Also because the writing is so small. Alright, side note. Le Warrior. 81. 81. Alright. The Warrior. I just heard Morse code as well. Morse code could be something you might be into. Coding? I don't know. Alright. The Samurai, the Soldier, the Advocate. We often envision the warrior as an armoured figure with sword in hand, moving blindly toward battle. Yet, the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its centre, meaningless confrontations and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. And I would say also, sometimes you got to choose your battles, okay? Don't just argue just for the sake of arguing. That's a shadow aspect of Leo, I would say too. Pick your battles. It is likely a great one with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles. So choose wisely, brave one, as you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender the battle. Exactly. When in light, fierce, clarity, purposeful, action, resolve, resilience. Okay? And also don't abandon the mission. Okay? Don't abandon the mission. Be careful, as the warrior implies war. The two go hand in hand. Those who defeat others are strong. Those who defeat themselves are mighty. So it's also like fighting against the ego here. All right. Without a true purpose, manifesto, or oath. I also just smelt the air of orange peel. And this is not orange peel. This is sea salt and jasmine. Just an FYI. I smell orange peel, orange being, you know, symbolic of lions, fire as well. Without a true purpose, manifesto, or oath, the warrior is lost. What do you stand for? What are you willing to rise in the name of? Write it out. And I would also say, continue to hold your vision is what I was going to say. I just got sidetracked for a second. Okay, that's all I have for you. I hope you found these messages helpful and supportive. You know where to find me if you'd like a reading. Everything is 50% off, as I say. 50% off art therapy, 50% off art therapy, 50% off the cards readings. There's past, present, future reading. There's the Celtic Cross, where we go deeper with a couple of questions, 1-2 questions. And there's also the Celtic Cross, where we go deeper, as well as using oracle cards, as well as using angel cards, as well as messages from your guides. And that is like 3 questions and some. So everything is 50% off. Again, I love doing this. I'm taking a holiday, but I'm still happy to do it for you because I love doing it and I have the time and space to do that at this time in particular. So go ahead and book. Essentially, if you would like to tip me, you can pay me a little tip through PayPal, Abstract Med, and loving you and leaving you. Let me know how this resonates and keep you posted. Please do let me know. Lots of love. Enjoy Lionsgate. Let me know how it goes for you. Ciao for now.